Did I not say? Happy Mother's Day and welcome to K-Sports Sunday for May 8th, 2011. I'm Max Block and later we'll be sending it over to the guys on the Back Talk set. We've got a great show for you today, including a Red Sox recap and a look at the Bruins and last night's big fight. But first, everyone's talking about the Celtics and the performance of Rajon Rondo last night. The Celtics needed a win in the worst way against the Miami Heat as the series moved back to the Garden. Shaq was reportedly going to be able to play, but nobody expected what would happen to the C's star point guard. Let's take a look.
These injuries,
the key would be if the Celtics could contain D-Wade and LeBron and Paul Pierce and company would do the job. It was close in the first half, but you'll see KG throwing it out. This is the wrong thing.
That's a save by James. Wade. Then, in the first quarter, Shaq checking in.
Shaq would enter the game here. These are the wrong highlights.
Rondo comes back to the bench, and he just seemed to really energize the team.
So a little technical difficulties here. We'll wait 1 sec until we get the Celtics highlights up. All right, so we'll go right to Celtics talk here. So great game last night, guys. You know that the Celtics really need this win. They couldn't get in that 3-0 hole. I'm going to send it over the Back Talk set. Guys, what kind of impact will this game have on the rest of the series?
Well, thank you, Max. I got my friends here on the Back Talk set, and I feel like, I feel like it's going to have a huge impact on the series. I feel like it could actually really shape and show for some possible, momentum swing and possibly see us getting together here and getting the win in the series. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I'm going to wait for Game 4. Personally, I think Game 4 is going to be the biggest game because if the Heat win in Boston, every playoff team that wins the series has to win on the road. And if the Heat take Game 4, I think there's no way the Celtics can come back.
I agree, but I feel that this game made a huge impact because we didn't go down 3-0, and that's something no NBA team has ever come back from. Rajon Rondo had a great performance after that just disgusting injury to his elbow.
Oh, and it was completely not necessary either to take him down. He says they got tangled up, but I mean, if you look at the play over and over again, I reviewed the play, it doesn't seem like that at all. It seems like he took him down, and Rajon got up and he went back in. And it just kind of seemed like the Celtics really needed someone to step up and to be a big force and to show that even if you do get hurt, you can still get out and still play. And it took someone short and small and to get hurt like Rondo to actually say that hey, we can win the series and we can stay in.
Yeah, I have to agree, but I really feel that KG made a huge impact last night. I mean, he was playing like he did 5 years ago with the Timberwolves when he was one of the best players in the NBA. He just looked great. And if it weren't for his performance last night, the Celtics wouldn't have won. Rajon Rondo wouldn't have had that great comeback, and we'd be down 3-0 and we'd lose the series.
I feel like, everyone on the team had a great impact. Max, what do you think about this?
I think that Rondo play is really going to be a theme that we're going to continue to see throughout the Celtics' efforts here. I think it's huge. If Rondo cannot play 100%, and let's be real, he was not playing 100% when he came back. He was playing 50%. He only had one arm. And if he's not able to play up to the level where we've seen him as Celtics fans in the past couple years, those triple-double numbers that we're used to seeing in these playoffs, I don't really think the Celtics have a chance. It's nice to get Shaq back, but if you're watching the game and watching him specifically, it's pretty clear he's not 100%. He hasn't ever been 100% this whole season, but now he's even a degraded version of the degraded Shaq we've seen all season.
So he's like a 25% Shaq.
It's almost like a 25% Shaq, which is still a good Shaq and a good NBA player, but really the Celtics cannot insert him in this lineup against such a high-powered, young, athletic Heat team that really runs up and down the floor. It's really giving them 5-on-4s every single time Shaq's on the floor.
I agree with you. I'm going to be a little devil's advocate here. I agree that, he was a huge force, and without him, he's not there. We have Shaq back, and I agree, 25% Shaq. I like that thought of it. He's back, but he's not full, and he already wasn't full, so now he's at 25. But at least he's back. I mean,
it's a math problem here.
Yeah, whoa! At least he's back on the court, though. I mean, do you guys think that the Celtics have a shot?
I'm going to say about 30%. I think Shaq did not make much of an impact last night because oftentimes I just see him get run up and down by Joel Anthony, who personally, in my opinion, can't score. And he scored, 12 points, something like that? Joel Anthony scored like 14, 12. I mean, and Shaq just can't allow that because Joel Anthony's like, he's probably the worst big man on the Heat. So I just think I don't think he made too much of an impact, and I think he could do better.
Yeah, I think we have a chance at winning this series, but you could see Shaq, after he made his one shot, he was limping after he shot, just a layup. He didn't he just got the ball and shot it, and then he started limping. He's nowhere near 100%. He's just unhealthy, he's old, he's big, he's fat. He is.
Well, I mean, at least he got out there.
Yeah, but we can't start him.
No,
in the
absolutely
playoffs.
not.
No
All right,
way.
what do you think about this, Max?
You know, that's a great point. The Celtics cannot start him. They should not start him, and I really don't think they will. The other O'Neal on this team, Jermaine O'Neal, he's had an excellent playoffs, to tell you the truth. He's played really well. In the minutes he's been in there, he's hit some big shots. Back in that Knicks series, against New York, he had some great shots, played quality minutes. But what the Celtics need is they need a bench player to step up, whether it is Jeff Green or Big Baby, and Big Baby's been great in past years. He has done nothing this postseason. He needs to step up and provide a spark off that bench.
I agree. We're going to lose Big Baby after this year. He hasn't shown any effort this season in this at all in the playoffs. You read through articles, you don't see anything on Big Baby. He's not mentioned because he hasn't done anything, and we need him to do something. This isn't one of those times where he can slack off. There's problems, there's injuries, there's people hurt. There's people even like Rondo who is hurt, but he's coming up and he's showing a force. He's saying, hey, look, I'm hurt, but I can still show a force. But then you have Baby who's not injured, and he's not hurt, and he's not doing anything at all on the court.
And a player who I really think is going to need to step up is Jeff Green. Brought him in from Oklahoma City, where he was a great player. He was a starting player in that team, averaging double digits, playing great with Kevin Durant and company. And then he comes to Boston. He's playing a different role. He's a bench player. But I think of him almost as a James Posey. You look back at the 2008 championship run by the Celtics. Their starting lineup was great. There's no doubt about that. But James Posey coming off the bench provided a spark unlike any other team in that postseason. He really was one of the leading factors in that championship run by the Celtics. And they need a bench player to step up. James Jones has been that man, really, for the Miami Heat. And it's really come down to whichever team has shot better in these first 3 games has won. It was the Miami Heat, no doubt, in the first 2 games, and then back in the Garden. The Celtics really shot well last night, and they're going to need to do that tomorrow. They need to even this series out. They can't go back to Miami down 3-1, or it's over. Just put a wrap on it. It's over. They need to win tomorrow, and then they need to, I think, steal Game 5 if they really want a chance to come back here into Boston and steal Game 6 again and win the series in 6.
All right. What do you feel about defensively wise? What do you feel like? What do you guys feel like that we need to improve on, or we need to literally just do better on defensively? Who do you think's a big player?
How about just slow the game down and make the Heat play in the half court? Because throughout the series in Game 1 and 2, when it was tied 80-80 in Game 2, the Heat ran up and down the court and won the game by 11. Again, interior defense also is a problem. With Shaq back, as I said, Joel Anthony scored, 14 points? That cannot happen. Joel Anthony is not a good player at all.
But when you have someone as slow as Shaq on him who can't get back and stop him, then you have that problem. That's why you shouldn't have Shaq starting. It's great. It's great to have him back. He's not full or even close, which said 25%. Yeah. We can't have him a 25% playing against someone who isn't normally that good, but when given the opportunity, can make those shots.
Yeah.
It really comes down to the fact that the Miami Heat, they are the more athletic team. They're the younger team, the quicker team, more talented, I'm going to say, and they're really the better team. But the great thing about sports is the better team doesn't win every time. The Celtics are going to need to outthink them, outshoot them, and they're going to have the little hustle plays, the little plays that make the difference, the 50-50 balls, going and getting those offensive rebounds. That's where Big Baby needs to come into play. Shaq, when he's on the floor, needs offensive rebounds. Kevin Garnett has been a man on a mission this series. He's really played great, but he needs everyone else to come around him. We need some of the bench players to really provide role-playing abilities here, and they really got to get it together.
All right, so you guys want to do one last thought on it? What do you guys think? Celtics versus Heat series, how long? How many games?
I'm going to go 7, and from what I've seen, I have to say Heat. I really just think Heat is a better team.
This is a tough one. The Celtics have all the experience, but the Heat, they really don't. But I'm choosing the Heat in 6 because they're younger, they're faster, and they're more talented.
All right, I have to agree with you guys, but I would have to agree with Nick saying Heat in 7. Max, back to you. What do you think? Celtics, Heat,
You know, I think that the Celtics, they can pull this off. They're going to have to do it in a 4-game little sweep here. They're going to have to win tomorrow, win in Miami in Game 5, and then bring it back to Boston and defend their home court. But now we look at some other games in the NBA. The LA Lakers, a team that has always been closely watched here in Boston, they're down 100-68 in the fourth quarter. Dallas also up on that series, 3-0, going to pull off the sweep. One quick thing, guys. What does this mean for the NBA? That sort of the perennial powerhouse in the LA Lakers is being dethroned in convincing fashion.
Yeah, here we have the stats right here. Well, Max, I personally think that this is a huge factor. I mean, you have the LA Lakers, who are a huge team, who always post as a problem whenever you try to against them. You know, you got last year, years past, the Celtics versus Lakers, where we had problems. But not only to the Celtics, other teams look at this and saying, hey, we can beat the Lakers. And it's not even a big team either. It's Dallas against them. The Mavericks, who you don't normally see in past seasons as problems or against, a possible threat. But now you have them dethroning and just destroying the Lakers. So I think it's a huge innovation. I think it's huge to see that it can be done.
And so, guys, the thing we've been talking about a lot is how effective will Rondo be in Game 4 in the games to come. We'll wait and see, but everyone's talking about the amazing guts that he showed in Game 3 last night, including YBA reporter Sam Perazzi.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Perazzi and welcome to YBA Sports. Well, there have been a number of heroic comebacks in sports history, such as Emmitt Smith dislocates his shoulder, comes back, Paul Pierce suffers a knee injury, comes back, Kurt Schilling, bloody sock in Game 6 of the ALCS, comes back. But Rajon Rondo last night tops those all, dislocates his left elbow last night against the Miami Heat in the third quarter. Pretty much looked like the season was over for the Celtics. Rondo, though, heads back to the locker room, has doctors pop his elbow back into place. He comes back out, gives the Celtics that big 97-81 victory. Just like that, the Celtics are back in the series 2-1. Game 3 will be Monday night at the TD Garden, where the Celtics look to even up the series. I'm Sam Perazzi for YBA Sports. We'll see you next.
And so you see that, and we're going to quickly look at the NBA scores. As we said, 100-68 is the score of that LA game. And later tonight, Chicago-Atlanta. Chicago leads that series 2-1, Game 4, coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Now, quickly toss it to a break, but stay with us. More K-Sports Sundays coming up. The Red Sox start slow but finish fast. Are their bats finally waking up? The recap of today's action against the Twins is just ahead. Stay tuned.